This is side 1 of tape 5. Vocabulary list 4. The first word is a verb, pronounced aiteo. Aiteo. It means I ask or request. Number 2 is an adjective, aionios. Aionios. And you'll discover that the masculine and the feminine are identical in this adjective. So the complete lexical entry would be aionios, aionios, aionion, a 2-2-2 adjective, and it means eternal. Remember you had the noun aion, that means eternity. Well, here is the adjective that means eternal. It would be the adjective that we would find in John 3:16, that everyone who believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. Number 3 is a preposition, apo. Apo. Apo is followed only by the genitive case, and it can have several meanings. It can show source, it can show cause, it can show means. So apo plus the genitive means from, since, or because. Number 4, and by the way, before I go on, some of the definitions that I'm giving you are the most frequent ones. You will find other definitions as you look these words up in your dictionary. But to save time on the tape and so forth, I'm not going to give all of the definitions. You'll be looking these up yourself, and you can learn as many of them as you can. It's for your own good that you learn as many as you can. But the ones that I will be giving you are the most frequently occurring definitions, or at least the ones that we'll be hearing in class most frequently. Number 4 is a me verb, because it ends in me, like ami or anistemi. This verb is pronounced apolumi. Apolumi. And it means I destroy. In the middle voice, this verb has a different meaning I perish. Number 5 is a noun, apostolos. Apostolos. And it's the word from whence we get the word apostle. It's one who is sent. In your last vocabulary, you had the verb apostello, I send. And here is the noun that is built off of the same stem that the verb is. That means the one who is sent, the apostle, apostolos. Number 6 is also a noun, artos. Artos. Now you can tell that number 5 and number 6 would be second declension nouns. They're masculine nouns, and they would be formed just like the word logos. Number 6, artos, means bread. Number 7, basileia. Basileia. Now you've had the noun basilus, that means king, a masculine noun. Here is a feminine first declension noun that means kingdom, or kingly rule, or reign, R-E-I-G-N. Basileia, kingdom. Number 8 is a verb, gnosko. Gnosko. Whenever you see the letters gamma, nu, omega, or in omicron, G-N-O, in some configuration, you're dealing with knowing something. In fact, we get the English K-N-O-W to know something where the K is silent for us in English. Ginosko is the verb that means I know. You will find there are some other verbs as well that mean pretty much the same thing, but this is one of the high-frequency ones that means I know. Now look at number 9, and you notice that the verb genorizo begins with G-N-O. So this verb also has something to do with knowing or revelation. Genorizo. Remember, there are no silent letters in Greek, so you need to pronounce the G and the N, the gamma and the nu. Genorizo. And it means I make known, I reveal. Number 10 is a verb, grapho. Grapho. We get English graphics, or anything that has to do with writing, like photography. Photos means light in phos, or photos means light in Greek, and grapho means to write, so photography is using light to write on a chemically sensitive piece of film. Grapho means I write. W-R-I-T-E. Number 11, didake. Didake is a noun, a feminine first declension, eta type noun. We get an English word didactic from this word. Didake means a teaching or a doctrine. Number 12, dikaiosune. Dikaiosune. Let me slow that down a little bit. Dikaiosune. See, everything is phonetic in Greek. This is another feminine first declension, eta type noun, and it means righteousness. Number 13, dikaio, is a verb that comes from the same stem as number 12, the noun. You see how the letters are similar all the way up through the O? Dikaio is a verb that means I make righteous, or I justify, or I put into a right relationship with God, or I acquit or set free. Number 14, doulos. Doulos. Doulos is a second declension masculine noun, just like logos, and it means slave or servant. Number 15 is a verb, dunamai. Remember when you had the verb erchomai or ginomai. You're learning that some verbs end in omai. The future form of ami in the first person singular ends in omai, s-omai. So here's another one of those verbs that has mai as the first singular ending. Dunamai. Dunamai. We get the English word dynamite from this word. It means I am strong, or I am able, I can. Number 16, hail to. Notice that this word is ending in the genitive case. See the genitive ending at the end of the word. This word does not have a nominative form. It is the third personal reflexive pronoun, meaning himself or herself or itself. Your dictionary entry will be in the genitive case rather than the nominative case, since there is no nominative of this word. So the masculine form is what you have here, hail to. The feminine would be hail tes, and the neuter hail to. please, if you will look at page 2-26 in your grammar, you will see a paradigm of the reflexive pronoun. Refer also to page 2-25, and you'll see the first person and the second personal reflexive pronouns. Number 17, ethnos. Ethnos. Now this looks like a second declension masculine word like logos, but it's not. When you look this word up in the dictionary, you will see that the genitive is ethnous. This is a particular kind of third declension noun. And you'll find a paradigm of it on page 2-14 in your grammar. We're not quite ready to learn this particular form of the third declension noun at this time, but you could still look at the paradigm and you just memorize that the genitive is ethnous and that this word is neuter. We get our English word ethnic or ethnicity. It means pagan or nation, Gentile, non-Jew, people. Number 18, erene is a noun, a feminine first declension eta type noun. Erene. Erene. We get the word Irene. And this word means peace. Number 19 is what we call a possessive pronoun. And so the pronoun is going to have a masculine, feminine, and neuter form. The masculine is the word given here, emos. Emos. The feminine would be eme, and the neuter, emon. A possessive pronoun, this particular one has the meaning of my or mine. There are other possessive pronouns in Greek that mean yours or your. Greek could simply use the genitive of the personal pronoun to say the same thing, your book. Or it could use this possessive pronoun to say the book of you, or the book that belongs to you, your book, or actually for this word it would be my book. Number 20 is an adverb, exo. Exo means out, outside, out from. Number 21 is a preposition, epi. Epi. Now, epi is followed by all three cases, the genitive, the dative, and the accusative, and pretty much has the same meaning for all three, on or upon. Number 22, estheo. Estheo, a verb that means I eat. Go back to 21 for just a moment. There's something else I'd like to tell you about it. You'll notice that even though we have some simple definitions for many of the prepositions, that prepositions can have varied meanings, many meanings actually, depending totally upon context. And epi is one of those kinds of prepositions. And now, number 23 is the verb echo. Echo. Again, if you have trouble saying the key in the back part of your mouth, it's okay to make it a hard CH. Echo. Or echo. Echo means I have or I hold. Number 24 is the verb zao. Zao. It means I live. And remember, the noun zoe means life. Number 25, a verb, zeteo. Zeteo. It means I seek, I strive for, I go after, I look for. Number 26 is a conjunction. A. Now don't confuse this with the feminine form of the definite article or the feminine form of the relative pronoun. The definite article and the relative pronoun would both have rough breathing, and the relative pronoun would have an accent, whereas the definite article does not have an accent in the feminine singular nominative. This particular word has smooth breathing with an accent, and it's the conjunction that means or. O-R. Number 27 is the verb theoreo. Theoreo. And it means I see. Number 28 is the noun for heart. Cardia. Cardia. A feminine first declension alpha-type noun. Not only does it mean heart, but it can also mean mind. In Hebraic anthropology, the heart is the center of all of life. It's the center of thinking. And the word heart could be used to refer to the entire being of a person. Number 29 is a noun, a feminine first declension noun, koinonia. Koinonia. This is the noun that means communion or fellowship, participation, partnership. Number 30, a verb, lambano. Lambano means I take or receive. Number 31, onama. Onama. Now this is a third declension neuter word. You'll see a number of third declension neuter nouns that end in ma, like panuma. The genitive of this word is onomatos. Onomatos. Remember that in the third declension, the singular genitive ends in an os, either an omicron sigma or an omega sigma. It's a neuter noun that means name. We get the word nominative from this word. Number 32 is a preposition, meta. Meta. Meta can be followed by two cases, either the genitive or the accusative. When it's followed by the genitive, it means with, or in company with. When it's followed by the accusative, it means after or behind. Number 33 is a verb, miseo. Miseo. And it means I hate. The English misogyny means a hatred of women. You hear the word miseo and gen, G-Y-N, gen in Greek means woman. Gune means woman in Greek. So misogyny would be a hatred of women. Misandrogy would be a hatred of men. Number 34, para, is a preposition which can be followed by all three cases, the genitive, the dative, and the accusative. Number 35 is another preposition, peri. Peri. Peri can be followed by the genitive or the accusative. Peri plus the genitive means about or concerning. Peri plus the accusative means around or about in the sense of going about or around something. We get the word perimeter. Number 36, notice that you have peri in front of the verb peripateo. Pateo means to walk, so peripateo means to walk around. This verb can also be used figuratively, meaning I conduct my life, I live my life. Paul uses this verb in a figurative sense. Number 37, pino. Pino. Pino is a verb that means I drink. Number 38, pleroo. Pleroo. Whenever you see the letters P-L-E, whether the E is long or short, you're dealing with something that has fullness or completeness or much or many. We get plethora from a word like this. Pleroo means I fill or fulfill or complete. Number 39, poieo. Poieo. A verb that means I do or make. Number 40 is another one of those verbs that ends in mai as its first singular ending. Poruomai. Poruomai. It means very much like the verb erchomai. It can mean I come or go, but it is often used in the sense of I travel or journey. Number 41, prosuke. Prosuke is a feminine first declension eta-type noun that means prayer. Now look at the verb right below it, prosukomai. Prosukomai. So here's the verb that means I pray. And you see how both the noun in number 41 and the verb in number 42 are built off of the same stem. We call words that are built off of the same stem cognates of each other. C-O-G-N-A-T-E, cognate. Number 43, prophetes, is the noun from whence we get the word prophet. This is a masculine first declension noun, just like mathetes. Prophetes. Prophetes. And the genitive would be prophetu. Number 44 is an adjective, protos. We get the English word proto, prototype, proton. This adjective is a 2-1-2 adjective, so the form would be protos, prote, proton. And it means first or foremost or earliest. Number 45 is a noun, rhema. Rhema. Remember I said there will be a number of neuter third declension nouns that will end in ma. Here's another one, and the genitive would be rhematos. This noun, this neuter noun, means word or something which is spoken, something which is said, or it can mean matter or a thing. Number 46, hupago. Hupago. This would be a compound verb built of the preposition hupo and the verb ago. Hupago means I go. Number 47 is a preposition, huper. Huper. Notice the rough breathing. In English, we would get the word hyper, H-Y-P-E-R. Huper can be followed by two cases, either the genitive or the accusative. Huper plus the genitive means for or for the sake of. Huper plus the accusative means over or above or beyond. Oftentimes, when a preposition is followed by the accusative case, it has a spatial kind of meaning. Spatial, S-P-A-T-I-A-L, having to do with space. Remember the preposition hupo, when it's followed by the accusative, is hypo. It means under, below, beneath. Huper plus the accusative means over or above or beyond. Number 48 is the verb phaneroo. Phaneroo. Whenever you see the phi alpha nu, P-H-A-N or F-A-N in English, you're dealing with something which is revealed or something which is made to be seen or manifested. Phaneroo means I make known, I reveal, I manifest. We get the English word fantastic or fantasy or phantom. Number 49, phileo. Phileo means I love. And it can have the same kind of meaning as agapao, I love. John will often switch these two words, phileo and agapao, simply for variety, with no difference in meaning actually. Sometimes phileo can be thought of as the kind of love that is friendship love, whereas agapao would be more of a God kind of love. You hear this said a lot, but I'm very skeptical of the exegesis there. Remember, context is everything. And it could be that these two verbs, phileo and agapao, are being used synonymously rather than trying to show some distinction in meaning. Be very careful with that. Number 50 is a neuter noun, phos. It means light. It's a third declension noun, so the genitive is photos. Number 51 is a preposition, choris. Choris. And it's only followed by the genitive case, and it means without, or separated from, or apart from. Number 52, psuche. Psuche, a feminine first declension noun that means soul, or being, or life. Jesus came to give his life, his psuche, his entire being. We get the English word psyche from this word, or psychology. But remember, in Greek there are no silent letters as there are in English. Number 53 is a conjunction, hos. Hos. See the rough breathing. This conjunction is often used to introduce a clause showing comparison, so it means as or like. There are other definitions, and I would encourage you to look over all of those definitions in your dictionary, especially where hos can introduce a clause that shows some time relationship. This ends side 1 of tape 5. Please fast forward to get to the other side.